Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, March 21st, 2024. Loaded show today. First four, and then today's round of 64 games. NBA, NHL, MLB, and obviously NIT, CIT results from last night too. Baseball, soccer, golf, left field rankings, reality TV, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start the NCAA tournament because, well, this is March. We'll go over the results of the first four from yesterday and look ahead to today's round of 64 games. The Battle of 16 seeds, Grambling over Montana State, 88-81 in overtime. Grambling is 21-14, Montana State 17-18. And the South region, 10 seeds, Colorado over Boise State, 60-53. Colorado's 25-10, Boise's 22-11. All right, here we go. First round games today, 12:15 on CBS. West Region, 19 Michigan State, 18 Mississippi State from Spectrum Center by Lines, Sparty by 5, total 141 and 9/20. And it is 1.5 and 130.5 over. 12:40 on True TV. East Region, 11 seed Duquesne, 6 seed BYU. Mine's Duquesne, 5.5, total 144 and a fifth. And it is BYU by 9.5, total 142.5. Ooh, I love Duquesne getting the points. I don't know why BYU is that big of a favorite. And I like Duquesne at plus 360 to win the game straight up. 1:30 on TNT. Midwest Region, 14 seed Akron, 3 seed Creighton from Pittsburgh. By the way, the BYU Duquesne game's in Omaha. So from Pittsburgh, this game is between Creighton and Akron. I have Creighton by 10, total 144 and 13/20. It's 12.5 and 140.5. I like the over. 2 o'clock on TBS, West Region. 15 seed Long Beach State, 2 seed Arizona from Utah at Salt Lake City Delta Center. I have Zona by 16, total 156 in the quarter. And it's 19.5 and 163.5. That total is way too high. I like the under. 2:45 on CBS, West Region, 16 seed Wagner, 1 seed North Carolina from Charlotte. Mine's Carolina by 28, so 138 and 9/20. And it's 24.5 and 132.5. I like the over. Next up, 3:10 on True TV, East Region, 14 seed Morehead State and 3 seed Illinois from Omaha. Mine's Illinois, 7.5, total 148 and 3/20. And it's 11.5 and 147.5. I am going to take Morehead State plus the points. 4 o'clock on TNT, Midwest Region, 11 seed Oregon, 6 seed South Carolina from Pittsburgh. Mine's Oregon by 7, so 143 and a 10th. So this is the yours truly has futures on both teams game. So I'm probably going to bet the dog to cover. Oregon's giving 1.5, totals 133.5. For the pick for the show, I'll lay the 1.5 with Oregon. So if I could get South Carolina at an alternate spread, then maybe I'll do that. Like I said, I have futures on both teams. I might just let it ride. But I'll absolutely lay the 1.5 with Oregon. But the pick here is going to be the over, believe it or not, for the show. 4:30 on TBS. West Region. 10 seed Nevada, 7 seed Dayton from Salt Lake City. Mine's Dayton by 8 to 142 and a 10th. And it's Nevada 1.5 to 136.5. I think the wrong team's favor here. Give me Dayton plus the 1.5 and minus 104 outright. 6:50 on TNT, Midwest Region, 10 seed Colorado State, 7 seed Texas from Charlotte. Mine's Texas 5 1/4, so 144 and 13/20. Or I'm sorry, 3/4. I read that wrong. Read the wrong projected stuff. And Texas is only giving 2.5 totals, 143.5. I'm laying the 2.5 with Texas. That's low. 7:10 on CBS, South Region, 14 seed Oakland, 3 seed Kentucky from Pittsburgh. Mine's Kentucky, 14.5, total 159 and a fifth. And it's 13.5 and 161.5 under. 7:25 on CBS, Midwest Region, 12 seed McNeese, 5 seed Gonzaga from Salt Lake City. Minus Gonzaga by 4, total 147 and 7/10. And it's 6.5 and 149.5. For this one, I'm going to take McNeese getting the points. Although I like Gonzaga to win. I have futures on Gonzaga, so I might actually bet on McNeese in general. 7:35 on True TV, East Region first round, 15 seed South Dakota State, 2 seed Iowa State. From Omaha, mine's Iowa State by 8, total 142. It's 15.5 and 135.5. This is an interesting one. So I'm going to take South Dakota State to cover 15.5. 9:20 TNT, Midwest Region first round, 15 seed St. Peter's, 2 seed Tennessee. My line's Tennessee 22.5, total 137 and 17/20. This is from Charlotte. And it's 21.5 and 130.5. I'm going to take the over. 9:40 on CBS, South Region first round. 11 seed NC State, 6 seed Texas Tech from Pittsburgh. Mine's Tech 5.5, total 147. And it's 4.5 and 145.5. Slight over. Those are the closest projections so far. 9:55 on CBS, Midwest Region first round. 13 seed Stanford, 4 seed Kansas from Salt Lake City. Mine's Kansas by 5 without Kevin McCormick, total 154 and 2 bits. If Hunter Jacobson doesn't play, this goes down to 2.5. Mine's Kansas by FanDuel 6.5, total 154.5. I like the under a lot. And last but not least, tonight, 10:05 on True TV, East Region first round, 10 seed Drake, 7 seed Washington State from Omaha. Mine's Drake by 6, total 146 and the 20th. And it's 1.5 and 138.5. I like the over. And I would lay the points with Drake as well. All right, NIT results from yesterday real quick. We'll go over them. So there was only 7 games rather than 9 on Tuesday. I should say yesterday. Seton Hall over St. Joe, 75-72 in OT. Indiana State over SMU, 101-92. Bradley over Loyola Chicago, 74-62. UNLV over Princeton, 84-77. Wake over App State, 87-76. So best bet lost. Cincinnati over San Francisco, 73-72 in overtime. And VC over Villanova, 70-61. No NIT until Saturday. Now we'll do the CIT. We'll quickly go over those results. Purdue Fort Wayne over Bowling Green, 77-75. Tarleton State over Abilene Christian, 86-59. And Austin Peay loses to Alabama A&M as a big favorite, 81-71. CIT resumes on Saturday. Now we'll move on to the NBA. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight's slate, which is 7 deep for a Thursday. Heat over the Caps, 107-104. Pacers over the Pistons, 122-103. Celtics over the Bucks, 122-119 without Giannis. How did the Bucks keep that close? Kings over the Raptors, 123-89. Thunder over the Jazz, 119-107. Warriors over the Grizzlies, 137-116. Suns over the Sixers, 115-102. And the Clippers over the Blazers, 116-103. All right, 7 o'clock tonight on NBA TV. Pelicans Magic. I did not do totals today. My line's the Magic by 2.25. And it's Pelicans by 3, total 207. Wrong team's favorite. Give you the Magic getting the points in plus 116. Kings whiz. Mine's the Kings 13.75, and it's 11-236.5. I'll lay the 11 with Sacramento. 8 o'clock, Bulls Rockets. Mine's the Rockets by 2.75. It's 3.5 and 219. We'll go with the under. Nuts Bucks. Mine's the Bucks by 5, and it's only 9.5 without Giannis. Total to 20.5. Maybe they think he's playing. Give me Brooklyn the cover. 8:30 Jazz Mavs. Mine's the Mavs 8.5, and it's 14. Total 236. So there must be more injuries on the Jazz. I'm going to take the Jazz getting the points. That's too many. 9 o'clock, Knicks, Nuggets. My line's Nuggets 11.25, and it's 9.5 and 207.5 under. And last but not least, 10:30 NBA TV, Hawks, Suns. Mine's the Suns by 7.75, and it's 9.5 and 225.5. This is a game that I'm going to go with the over. All right, NHL. We'll recap yesterday and look ahead to tonight, which I think tonight is busy, but we shall see. Leafs over the Capitals 7-3, Stars over the Coyotes 5-2, and the Kings over the Wild 6-0. All right, 7 o'clock tonight, you have the Rangers at the Bruins, game of the night. Maybe conference finals preview. The Bruins are minus 146 at home. The Rangers are plus 122, over under 5.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 200. Bruins minus 1.5 is plus 164. I'm doing it. I'm taking the Rangers plus 122 outright. They can absolutely win this game. Blues Senators. Senators minus 134. Blues plus 112. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Blues plus 1.5 is minus 210. Sens minus 1.5 is plus 172. I'm taking the over. Isles Red Wings. Pick 'em minus 110 each way. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Isles plus 1.5 is minus 260. Red Wings minus 1.5 is plus 210. I'm taking the Red Wings at home, minus 110. Jets, Devils. Jets, minus 120. Devils, even money, over under 5.5. Overs, minus 140. Unders, plus 112. Jets, minus 1.5 is plus 198. Devils, plus 1.5 is minus 245. I'm going to take the under here, plus money, with the hopes that there's no empty net goal. That pushes it over, similar to what happened in the Jets game against the Rangers the other night. Flyers, Canes. Canes minus 245, Flyers plus 198, over under 6.5, overs plus 106, unders minus 130. Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 122, Canes minus 1.5 is plus 102. I'm going to go Canes puck line. I just think they're better than the Flyers. And this is their chance to tie the Rangers in the division tonight if the Rangers lose in Boston. 7:30 ESPN Plus and Hulu, Preds, Panthers. Panthers minus 176, Preds plus 146, over under 6.5. Overs plus 102, unders minus 124. Preds plus 1.5 is minus 166. Panthers minus 1.5 is plus 138. Panthers puck line. 9 o'clock, Sabres, Oilers. Oilers minus 30, Sabres plus 188, over under 6.5. Overs plus 108, unders minus 132. Sabres plus 1.5 is minus 130. Oilers minus 1.5 plus 108, over at plus 108. Habs, Canucks. Canucks minus 285, Habs plus 225, over under 6.5. Overs plus 104, unders minus 128. Habs plus 1.5 is minus 108. Canucks minus 1.5 is minus 111. Canucks puck line. Blackhawks, Ducks. Ducks minus 118, Blackhawks minus 202, over under 5.5. Overs minus 134, unders plus 110. Blackhawks plus 1.5 is minus 250. Ducks minus 1.5 is plus 202. The Ducks at home, minus 118. They're better than the Blackhawks. 10:30 on ESPN, Kraken, Golden Knights. Golden Knights minus 194, Kraken plus 160, over under 5.5. Overs minus 134, unders plus 110. Kraken plus 1.5 is minus 154. Vegas minus 1.5 is plus 128. I'm going to like the puck line in Vegas. And last but not least, Lightning, Sharks. Lightning minus 400, Sharks plus 310, over under 6.5, minus 110 each way. Lightning minus 1.5 is minus 146. Sharks plus 1.5 is plus 122. I'm going to take the under, but I don't feel good about it. All right, Major League Baseball. We'll do spring training and the Korea game from yesterday, and talk about the game in Korea today, and then today's spring slate. All right, from Korea yesterday, Dodgers over the Padres 5-2. And in spring training, Tigers over the Twins 12-3, Braves over the Jays 10-9, Mets over the Marlins 6-3, A's over the Cubs 3-1, Reds over the White Sox 3-1, Rangers over the Reds 8-1, D-backs over the Rockies 5-1, Giants over the Angels 5-2, O's over the Phillies 13-4, Yankees over the Pirates 12-0, Cards over the Nats 13-4, Angels Royals 8-8 tie. And then right now, it is the bottom of the 7th. 12-9 Padres. The prize of the offseason for the Dodgers, other than Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto was terrible in his debut today. An inning for his 5 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Yikes. And they're still in the game courtesy of their offense. All right, so spring games today. 1 o'clock, Astros Cardinals. Yankees Braves, Twins Nats, Mets Tigers, Rays Phillies. 4 o'clock, White Sox Royals, Royals Guardians. So the Royals have a split squad. Cubs Rockies, 6 o'clock, O's Red Sox, Blue Jays Pirates. 9 o'clock, Giants Brewers, Reds Mariners. Okay, now we'll move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday of note and look ahead to everything today. UEFA Women's League, PSG over BK Häcken 2-1, and Barcelona over SK Brand 2-1. CONCACAF Nations League tonight, semifinals, 7 o'clock on Univision, USA, Jamaica. Sure as hell hope that line is posted with our country representing yes. USA's minus 320. Jamaica 7-1. The draw's plus 390. I'm going to go with over 2.5 goals minus 117. And 10-15 is Panama, Mexico. Mexico minus 135. Panama plus 350. Draw plus 240. Same guess. Over 2.5 goals plus 132. And then we have Euro qualifying today. Trying to pull that up. Because there's a lot of games in soccer today. Let's see. All right, 1 o'clock, Georgia and Luxembourg. Georgia minus 125, Luxembourg plus 390, draw plus 220. Over 2.5 goals plus 125. Bosnia and Herzegovina and Ukraine at 345. Ukraine plus 110, Bosnia plus 260, draw plus 210. I'm going with Ukraine plus 110. Greece and Kazakhstan. Greece minus 340, Kazakhstan 10-1, the draws plus 380. Over 2.5 goals plus 110. Israel, Iceland. Israel plus 125, Iceland plus 220, draw plus 220. I'm going Israel plus 125. Poland and Estonia. Poland minus 600, Estonia 16-1, draw plus 550. Under 2.5 goals plus 110. And Wales, Finland. Wales minus 20, Finland 4-1, the draws plus 210. For this one, we're going to do... Ooh. This is a hard one. I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at plus 175. And we don't really have time to go over, make some picks for some other stuff. So, FIFA World Cup qualifying AFC results, Korea's Republic over Chinese Taipei 2-0, Jordan over Pakistan 3-0, Australia over Lebanon 2-0, Japan over North Korea 1-0, South Korea, Thailand 1-1 draw. going on right now. Myanmar, Syria, Hong Kong, Uzbekistan, and Singapore, China. Coming up at 9:30, Indonesia and Vietnam. At noon, Iran and Turkmenistan. 2 o'clock, Oman and Malaysia. United Arab Emirates and Yemen. 2:30, Palestine and Bangladesh. Qatar and Kuwait. 3 o'clock, Afghanistan, India, Iraq, Philippines, Nepal, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia and Tajikistan. And the international friendlies today going on right now, Ethiopia and Lesotho, 1 o'clock, Belarus and Montenegro, Cyprus and Latvia, Russia, Serbia, 2 o'clock, Malta and Slovenia, Cape Verde Islands and Guyana at 3, Guinea and Vanuatu, 3:45, Portugal, Sweden, 5 o'clock, Andorra, South Africa, Italy, Venezuela, 9:30 or 8:30 tonight, Ecuador and Guatemala, and 9:30, Puerto Rico and Belize. And in U.S. Open tonight, 7 o'clock, Steel City FC in Michigan, 7:30, Caroline Core in Northern Virginia, Chattanooga and Brockton FC, Crown Legacy in South Carolina, FC Motown and NYCFC 2. Vranglin XB are in Charlotte, Western Mass Pioneers and Union Omaha, 8:30 Lubbock Matterers and Arizona Moonson, and then 9:30 Colorado Rapids 2 and Azteca FC, and then 10:30 Ventura County and Irvine Zeta. And then under 21 we don't have to get into. We don't have a lot of time. Golf. We will go over the results, or the current leaderboard, I should say, for the Valspar. At the top right now, tied for 2 under, is Davis Riley and Justin Sue. Tied for 3rd under, Christian Zeden, Haupt, Ben Griffin, Matthew Neesmith, S.H. Kim, Robbie Shelton, Sam Ryder, Nate Hardy, Webb Simpson, Sam Burns. Tied for 12th at even, Scott Stevens, Tyler Duncan, CAU, Eric Cole, Sanjay M, Bud Cauley, Bronson Burgoon, Justin Thomas, Daniel Berger, Stuart Singh, Francesco Molinari, Seb Straka, Scott Stillings, Adam Shank, Gary Woodland, Cam Young, Brendan Todd. Notables tied for 29th at 1 over, Lucas Donald, Harry Hall, Jonathan Vegas, Tony Finau. And then we have a lot to go. All right, left field rankings. We're going to do both left and right today, but we'll do right and center tomorrow. If not, we'll do center tomorrow, right Monday, starting pitchers Tuesday, relievers Wednesday, top 100 on Thursday. So without further ado, my left field rankings for 2024 preseason edition. 30, Dominic Canzone, Mariners. 29, Stone Garrett, Nationals. 28, Matt Wallner, Twins. 27, J.J. Bleday, Athletics. 26, Mark Hanna, Tigers. 25, Jurickson Profar, Padres. 24, Jaron Duran, Red Sox. 23, MJ Melendez, Royals. 22, Jared Kalenic, Braves. 21, Dylan Carlson, Cardinals. 20, Jack Sawinski, Pirates. 19, Michael Conforto, Giants. 18, Dalton Varsho, Blue Jays. 17, Chas McCormick, Astros. 16, Taylor Ward, Angels. 15, Stephen Kwan, Guardians. 14, Brendan March, Phillies. 13, Brian De La Cruz, Marlins. 12, Austin Hayes, Orioles. 11, Andrew Benintendi, White Sox. 10, Ian Happ, Cubs. 9, Alex Verdugo, Yankees. 8, Brandon Nimmo, Mets. 7, Nolan Jones, Rockies. 6, Christian Yelich, Brewers. 5, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Diamondbacks. 4, Randy Arizona, Rays. 3, Spencer Steer, Reds. 2, Evan Carter, Rangers. And number 1, Teoscar Hernandez, Los Angeles Dodgers. I just did not have the balls to pick a second-year player or someone that's still considered a rookie as a number 1 left fielder. Maybe in a year from now on, those two will be number 1. And I genuinely believe that left field is the weakest position by far. And there's a lot of complementary pieces on here. Even guys in the single digits. They're complementary pieces to teams. None of these guys are franchise players. Maybe some of these guys can be franchise players like Carter and Steer down the road, but left field in general is just really weak. Teoscar Hernandez coming off a good year, and now he's on the Dodgers. Aris Reyna, someone who I really like, and I think that it's going to have a big season. Gurriel, really good player on the D-backs. Christian Yelich bounced back very quietly last season. Nolan Jones of the Rockies is another good young player on the list. And then Nimmo and Verdugo, obviously, what those two guys have in common is that they are starting left fielders on the two New York teams. They're good players, but they're not great players. And then you're in your like Ian Haps and Andrew Benintendi's and people like that. Okay, now move on to the Masked Singer. Interesting episode last night. Group C premiered. It was Billy Joel night, which was fun. Robin kicked off the show by performing My Life, which was cool. The first contestant up was Poodle Moth. There was a moon. Talks about how this person was not meant for the spotlight. There was a cowboy hat and the American flag, candle lights, and then a city. And this person performed Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel. The special clue was a baseball. And talks about the Opry and how she performed there. The cowboy hat doesn't necessarily mean that this is a country singer. Maybe this is somebody just is from Nashville or from somewhere in Texas. Because of American Idol and how this person kind of fell off the face of the earth, I thought Jennifer Hudson. Robin said Trisha Yearwood. Rita said Winardra Judd. And Ken said Rita Wilson, which was the dumbest guest of the episode. Then came Clock, who was my favorite contestant of the night. There's a disco ball, a baby crate. Was very popular. She also fell off the face of the earth and then had success of her own. Performed for the president, or a president. There was a world, like a globe. And then Clock performed Piano Man by Billy Joel, which I thought was the best performance of the early season so far. The special clue was somebody playing Vienna. And she said, seizing the day, and then date in the name. The date in the name part is tricky. My first impression guess, because I thought of somebody that was in a band and then had success as solo. Thought about Belinda Carlisle, and then I'm like, you know what? I kind of think it might be somebody like more well known. So I think this might be Diana Ross. Jenny said Anita Baker. Robin said Evelyn Champagne King. And Ken also said Diana Ross. That was Ken's best guess of the episode. Next up came Spaghetti and Meatballs. When I first heard of the costume, I thought this was going to be one person as spaghetti and a couple people as meatballs. But it turns out to be one person. There's a chef hat in there, a hot dog, a wine, car. This person changed industries. There was salt and pepper. And this person performed Only the Good Die Young by Billy Joel. And the special clue is that a pizza that says Showtime and spends time on a hit show. I thought of right away, and it might have been too obvious, but I said Gordon Ramsay, as did Rita. Jenny said Guy Fieri, and Robin said Stanley Tucci, which both of those were good guesses as well. Then came Lizard. There was a Christmas bell. Said he had a reputation of a ladies' man. A lollipop heart. He's talked about how his wife was fed up with his stardom. And then there was a TV that was saying some stuff, and then on the TV it said family scandal. And then there was a blanket in the clue with a checkered flag print. And Lizard performed Uptown Girl. The special clue was a taxi. And then there's a card that said sells records. And then he said #1 Billboard and not on Times Square. This is a rapper. I just don't know who it is. He sounded like Neo, but we had Neo on the show last year. So I thought about Diddy, which would be really funny for the Masked Singer. Ken said Michael Bibbins. Jenny threw out a couple names, Ricky Bell, Ronnie DeVoe, Ralph Tresvance. And then Robin said Ray J. And then SmackDown was Spaghetti and Meatballs against the Lizard. And the song that he performed was Moving Out by Billy Joel. Aston went first and Lizard went second. And the person that advanced was Lizard that sent Spaghetti and Meatballs home. My guess was Gordon Ramsay. Robin said Stanley Tucci. Jenny said Guy Fieri. Rita said Gordon Ramsay. And Ken said Bobby Flame. And who was it? It was Joe Bastianich from, ironically enough, MasterChef. I was so close with my guess. And the clues made sense. There's an Italian flag in there, and obviously Joe is Italian. And then, but yeah, Spaghetti and Meatballs, I thought was the one that was going home. He wasn't as bad as Kevin Hart a couple weeks ago, I'll say that. But, the same group's back next week. And they, I believe it's going to be, they said the theme of the night, and I was excited. But yeah, Group C's back, and then we'll take it from there. All right, Survivor. Interesting episode. Of course, as it is each and every week. So the episode starts with how the tribe mates were disappointed with how Banu confessed with Ben and Liz about the dynamics of the Yanu tribe. And then Tremail of Day 8 alluded to a reward challenge for food, which Yanu hoped to trade for an earlier reward. And the reward challenge was that tribes paddled boats through the water, untying a key in which they used once ashore to unlock rings and remove them from a tall pole. And then, once they were done with that, they went under a wooden beam and attempted to throw rings back onto another pole. And the first two tribes to finish won 10 and 5 fishes, respectively, along with means to prepare them. How about this? Yanu with the win. And then Nami took second. And then from Yanu, Q tried to train Banu on how to be more strategic and spill less information. And at Siga, Maria found the locked box and the whole tribe dug to no avail. And then Jem convinced Maria and Mariah that Tim was hiding the Beware advantage from them. And then at Nami, Tevin became concerned about Soda's social prowess. So he was talking to Hunter and Liz that they would vote her out if they lost immunity. And then came immunity. One at a time, each person climbed a cargo net and leaped into the ocean before sculling a stack of crates and jumping in again. with two players from each team diving down during their turn to release the buoys. And then once everybody swam to the end, one player attempted to throw 3 buoys into basket targets, and the first 2 tribes to finish won immunity, while the losing tribe had to forfeit their flint. So the team that won was Nami, and then Siga came in second, which meant Yanu fell short once again. And then the ending was predictable, and there's no spice. Banu knew he was going home. He tried to find an idol, but came up empty. And at Tribal, Banu shared his story and was confronted by his tribe mates before being sent home without a formal vote. And how often on Survivor do you see somebody be sent home without a formal vote? This wasn't a quit like the girl Hannah in last season, or was that 2 seasons ago? I want to say it was last season. But they all owned up to that they were going to vote out Banu, because Banu was the weak link of those 4 players, and he just wasn't it. And I think next week, my guess is that somebody from Siga is going to go to Banu. That's going to be my guess. I just don't know who that's going to be. Superlatives. Best move of the episode. Probably still Jem pretending like she didn't know anything about the idol for Siga. Worst move of the episode. I don't know. I guess Banu just not really keeping that team back in the immunity challenge. So I'm just gonna say Banu's performance was really the worst move, because maybe had he not taken a step back or had the setbacks in the performance in the immunity challenge, maybe the kid who came in second. And then we're talking about Nami going to council and potentially Soda going home. Favorite moment of the episode? I liked seeing Yanu win the reward. That was awesome, because they had their one shiny moment. And another worst move of the episode is freaking Banu really not celebrating the win with his tribe, and was worried about strategic play. And then worst moment of the episode, well, I wouldn't call it the worst. I'd say the saddest moment of the episode was definitely Tribal Council. There was no spice to it. We all knew what was happening, so that was the worst moment of the episode. All right, winner pick. I had Maria the first couple weeks, but I think that she took a step back this past week with her poor performance in the reward challenge. I'm going to go with Hunter. He really jumped out in this episode, and I think he has what it takes to win the competition. And then next out, I'm going to say it. I think it's going to be Jeb. I think the truth comes out with the idol. And then, in result, she gets sent home. So I'm going to say Jeb for next out. And I do not think Jeb's going to be the one sent to Yanu. I think the player that's going to be sent to Yanu is going to be That's a good one. I think it's going to be Tim. I think Tim's going to be sent to Yanu. That's going to be my guess. Okay, news and notes for today. There's a couple things that need to be discussed. The Texas Rangers signed Michael Lorenzen to a 1-year deal for $4.5 million. Not a bad signing. How about this? There were bomb threats before the first Dodger-Padre game in Korea. And then the game proceeded as planned after no dangerous and suspicious situation was found, which was good. Jazz Chisholm goes off on Marlins culture during his first 3 years. Yikes. How about this? Shohei Ohtani's interpreter got fired as Shohei Ohtani's lawyers accuse Ippei Mizora of massive theft to allegedly place bets with an illegal bookie. Massive thief. Wow. And then Ohtani's not under investigation as the league is not looking into Ohtani after the alleged betting related theft. So, that's interesting. The New York Yankees are back in contact with Jordan Montgomery after missing out on Blake Snell, and apparently they made a late push for Snell, but Snell went to the Giants as the Giants swooped in. Or did Blake Snell just not want to go to the Yankees? That could have been it. Nobody talks about that. Everyone just blames the Yankees for everything. But maybe Blake Snell didn't want to go to the Yankees. We always talk about how free agents don't want to go to the Knicks. What if free agents don't want to go to the Yankees or wherever? Alex Ovechkin is 50 goals away from Wayne Gretzky's record. Wow. Angels owner Artie Moreno never believed that Shohei Ohtani would get more than $500 million. How? I can't believe that. I can't believe that Artie Moreno said that. The Dolphins are interested in Odell Beckham Jr. They don't need Odell. I don't really like that fit for him. The NFL submits a rule change as hip drop tackle ban and new kickoffs to be voted on at the league meeting. Scott Drew was saying at Baylor as he was a top target for Louisville and other schools. I can't kill Scott Drew for this decision. He's had major success at Baylor, including winning a national title. So good try, Louisville. But Louisville's going to get killed because they didn't get their guy. But they could still nail the hire. Absolutely. U.S. Women's National Team Olympics group revealed as they're to face Zambia, Morocco, Germany, and Australia this summer. Oscar Thompson out for the season as he's being treated for a blood clot. Hopefully he gets well soon. He was fun to watch. The Broncos signed former Giants offensive tackle Matt Peart to a 1-year deal. Saquon Barkley's daughter apparently said, are we going to be winning now after the decision he made in free agency going to Philadelphia? The Giants are bringing back Darnay Holmes on a 1-year deal. And then the Vikings side, Jihad Ward, the former Giant. Arizona lands 5-star forward Joson Stanton as he picks them over Kentucky, Kansas, and UConn. That's a big get for Tommy Lloyd. How about this? Cliff Omoruyi enters the portal as he's linked to St. John's after a decision to transfer. That's not great for Rutgers. We'll see if St. John's lands him. How about this? The SEC and the Big Ten are eyeing North Carolina as the Tar Heels are seen as the most attractive expansion target for both conferences. That's going to be crazy, and obviously it's going to be very sad in college basketball as the best rivalry in the sport will not be relevant to the extent that it is. Deion Sanders says that his son Shador probably would have been second quarterback picked if he entered the 2024 draft. That is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Shador Sanders, give me a freaking break. I mean, he put up good numbers, but that was a bad team. So, Shador Sanders, my ass, 4-win Colorado. Although we said the same stuff about Patrick Mahomes in Texas Tech, but Mahomes is more talented than Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders also has some decent players around him. So I'm just sick of the Colorado hype. Colorado basketball's it right now, not Colorado football. And then also, Coach Prime addresses reports saying he made no off-campus contact with recruits in his first year. So that's good that he talked about that. And then Caden Proctor, who was a 5-star from Iowa, flips to Alabama as he's expected to re-enter the portal and return to Bama. And then more transfer portal news in college basketball. St. Louis guard Gibson Jimerson has entered the portal. Third-team All-Atlantic 10 selection, 15.8 points per game. So we'll see. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. So I'm going to the tournament. This team I took in my bracket to win outright. I don't know how they're a 9.5-point underdog. They're an 11 seed. But I just think that, their opponent's overrated because of the conference they play in. I'm taking the Cane. Getting the points. I'm going to take the Cane plus the 9.5 against BYU. Minus 114 for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything and looking ahead to everything come the weekend as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.